Attention all travelers, if you're gearing up for a flight in 2025, hold on to your carry-ons because the rules have changed, and not in ways you might expect. From gadgets you probably use every day to snacks you never thought twice about packing, a surprising list of items has recently been outlawed by the TSA and international airlines. Some of these restrictions might catch even the most seasoned jet-setters off guard. Staying compliant and avoiding delays at security is more challenging than ever. Whether it's new technology posing unforeseen safety risks or once-beloved travel staples falling foul of updated regulations, these changes mean you'll need to rethink what goes into your suitcase. Packed a harmless item for convenience? Think again. That everyday essential could now land you in hot water. Before you find yourself unpacking at the gate, or worse, losing your goods entirely, join us as we uncover the 9 new things that are banned on flights in 2025. From the practical to the utterly surprising, you won't believe what's made the list this year. Stick around so you'll know exactly what to leave at home the next time you head to the airport. 1. High-tech water bottles under scrutiny. Reusable water bottles are a travel essential, but if yours comes with a host of tech features, you could be in hot water at airport security in 2025. Smart water bottles with Bluetooth capabilities, temperature monitoring, or wireless charging functions are now triggering alarms at TSA checkpoints and international airports. These seemingly innovative features, powered by embedded batteries and intricate wiring, have made them a security concern. Take, for example, the story of a traveler at Atlanta Hartsfield Airport. Their sleek, high-end smart bottle was flagged during the screening process when the scanner detected a lithium battery in its base. The routine inspection caused significant delays for everyone in line, while officers verified that the item didn't pose a risk. This incident highlights why smart bottles are now flagged for additional inspection, or in some cases outright prohibited depending on the features. If your trusty bottle connects to an app, tracks hydration data, or includes any type of charger port, expect it to draw attention from security personnel. The safest bet? Ditch the electronics and stick to simpler options, like stainless steel or BPA-free, reusable bottles with no tech involved. Avoid the headache and keep your hydration hack low-tech. Airports worldwide are tightening their stance on items with hidden electronics, viewing them as potential safety risks. Smart water bottles, once admired as a tech-savvy traveler's dream, are now on the chopping block. Make sure your choice aligns with the latest regulations to avoid a confrontation at the gate. Remember, the more everyday your bottle looks, the smoother your passage through security will be. 2. Encrypted hard drives no longer safe. If you frequently travel with external hard drives, especially those equipped with encryption software, 2025 is the year to rethink how you carry digital data. These devices aren't just heavy and full of wires. They're now part of a larger debate around cybersecurity. Multiple countries such as China, Russia, and many in the Middle East have started imposing strict rules on encrypted digital storage devices entering through their borders. Unlike a laptop or tablet, which undergoes standard checks, encrypted hard drives are viewed with more suspicion due to their ability to hide sensitive information. For instance, one journalist traveling to Beijing had their external SSD confiscated upon arrival. Why? The device's encryption features prompted local airport security to demand a full wipe before granting entry. This delay not only disrupted their trip, but also raised serious questions about data safety and privacy. The TSA still permits encrypted drives in your carry-on luggage when traveling domestically, but international regulations are an entirely different story. Many countries now view such devices as potential cybersecurity threats, requiring travelers to either disclose the data they carry or risk lengthy inspections. This could result in confiscation or detainment, especially if the purpose of your trip relates to sensitive work. To avoid these complications, consider newer storage solutions. Cloud backups are your safest bet for international travel, and they come with the added advantage of remote accessibility. If carrying confidential work is unavoidable, avoid encrypting the drive until you've arrived at your destination. Such precautions ensure that your data stays secure without violating local customs regulations. 2025 is ushering in a new era of data control at international borders, and your external hard drive could unintentionally make you a target. Stay ahead of the curve by adopting alternative storage solutions and traveling light when it comes to digital equipment. 3. Herbal remedies and supplements under the microscope. Bringing your favorite supplements and wellness aids on a trip? Think twice. 2025 has seen a sharp increase in restrictions around certain substances, especially those classified as herbal remedies. Supplements like melatonin and CBD were already facing extra scrutiny during previous travel seasons, but now items such as kratom, St. John's wort, and even potent sleep aids are being added to restricted lists in numerous countries. Why are these items under fire? Much of the concern stems from labeling issues and the growing global effort to control cross-border transit of substances perceived as controversial. TSA agents, for example, have begun detaining unbranded supplements for on-the-spot testing if the packaging raises suspicion. One traveler at Miami International Airport, a wellness influencer, had $200.00 worth of imported herbal capsules confiscated simply because the contents couldn't be immediately verified. The lesson? Proper labeling is non-negotiable. If your supplements aren't in their original, factory-sealed packaging or lack clear ingredient details, they're far more likely to attract attention during security checks. Pill organizers, Ziploc bags, or anything resembling loose, unidentified capsules could be interpreted as illegal or dubious, making this a risky choice for airport travel. Several countries are taking an even stricter approach by outright banning certain herbal products. For instance, kratom, a herb some use for pain relief, may be perfectly legal at home but could lead to legal trouble abroad. The same applies to CBD, which remains highly regulated in several regions worldwide, despite its growing acceptance in the U.S. To avoid any hiccups at the airport, opt for mainstream brands that are widely recognized and approved. Stick to original containers with intact labels and double-check your destination's guidelines on supplement imports. The world of wellness may offer cures for everything, but not all of them will take off with you on your flight. Preparation is key when it comes to traveling safely with supplements and herbal remedies. Point 4. Pressurized gadgets gone rogue. Imagine packing your sleek beauty device or compact razor only to lose it at airport security. That's the reality in 2025, as all pressurized gas cartridges are now tightly regulated, even the ones you never thought twice about carrying. What used to be a rule mostly for CO2 cartridges in airsoft guns or inflatable life vests now extends to everyday items like beauty mist devices, travel razors, and even handheld soda makers. Take the story of a traveler flying out of JFK. Her $120.00 micro-misting skincare gadget became a casualty of these updated rules because it contained a pressurized gas capsule that couldn't be removed. These changes reflect growing concerns about safety and misuses of pressurized materials on flights. Essentially, the TSA now bans pressurized cartridges unless they are clearly declared, labeled, and fit within strict size and weight limits. This means travel razors with built-in cartridges, portable airbrushes, and even SodaStream cylinders are now suspect. Here's the tricky part. Pressurized items often aren't obvious. TSA advises travelers to rethink anything that works through misting, spray, or compression. That trendy gadget or handy razor you tossed into your suitcase might be confiscated without warning. Your best bet? Check the requirements, and if your item operates using pressurized gas, assume it's restricted unless explicitly allowed. Don't risk losing an expensive gadget or causing a delay at security just because an item wasn't labeled or declared. And if you're unsure, call ahead to confirm. The bottom line? It's time to pay close attention to what's inside your carry-on, even items you once depended on for a stress-free travel routine. Stay smart, follow the rules, and leave pressurized gadgets at home unless you're 100% sure they're compliant. Point 5. Powders under scrutiny. When you're packing this year, it's not just liquids that need extra care. Powders are now in the spotlight too. The TSA has implemented new rules regarding powdered substances, especially when they exceed 12 ounces. These tighter regulations are forcing travelers to rethink how they carry everything from protein powders to baby formula. Why the sudden crackdown? Authorities aim to eliminate security risks associated with powders that aren't clearly identifiable. A cautionary tale comes from a gym enthusiast who brought an unmarked bag of protein powder through Phoenix Airport. Security treated it as a potential chemical risk, leading to secondary screening and ultimately the product being discarded. Whether it's whey protein, pre-workout mix, or even powdered milk, if it's not in its original packaging, it's under suspicion. The same applies to everyday items like spices, baking mixes, or cosmetics such as setting powders. Unsealed or unmarked containers could raise red flags, making it more likely for you to experience delays or, worse, lose your items altogether. TSA officials now consider any loose powder a higher risk material until thoroughly tested. This extends even to holiday essentials such as powdered drink mixes, or travel-size packets of baby formula. To avoid these issues, pack your powders in labeled, factory-sealed containers. If your items exceed the 12-ounce limit, you might want to check them in instead of carrying them on board. Better yet, measure out only what you need for the trip and store it in original, compliant packaging. And if it's a must-have it, declaring it up front may save you time and hassle. These guidelines might seem inconvenient, but they're designed to ensure everyone's safety on board. A little extra preparation when packing can make all the difference, saving you time, money, and unnecessary frustration at the airport. Point 6. The new rules for Bluetooth trackers. If you're a fan of Bluetooth tracking devices like AirTags, it's time to tread carefully, especially when traveling internationally. While many swear by these devices for safely tracking their luggage, they've sparked controversy among certain airlines in 2025. Citing concerns about interference, several international carriers have banned real-time Bluetooth trackers in checked baggage. In exchange for more than three bears, 1.5 and 2.10, the controversy kicked off with airlines like Lufthansa and Korean Air, along with a few in the Middle East. They argued that the constant signals transmitted by these trackers could interfere with aircraft telemetry systems, even though the devices operate on low power. While the TSA hasn't rolled out a blanket ban on AirTags or similar devices, the decision has varied by region. Take this story as a warning. The traveler flying from New York to Berlin had no idea her AirTag wasn't allowed in checked luggage. At the gate, she had to either remove it or check her bag onto a later flight. Similar issues have arisen for passengers transiting through stricter territories, particularly in Europe and Asia. Currently, the consensus is that trackers are fine in carry-ons but problematic in checked bags. This creates a gray area for passengers who rely on the devices for hassle-free tracking during multi-leg trips. The TSA is conducting further reviews, but regional policies are already leaving travelers confused and frustrated. If you're headed to regions with tighter restrictions, double-check your airline's policy before packing trackers. That tiny device could end up creating major headaches at the gate. You may also want to consider alternatives, like using GPS solutions explicitly designed to comply with global airline standards. Until clearer directives emerge, playing it safe is key. Use Bluetooth devices in your cabin luggage, but be cautious about popping them into your checked bags, especially when flying internationally. Staying informed ensures you avoid disruptions and keep your valuables both compliant and secure. 7. Aluminum foil wrapped snacks are a no-go. Say goodbye to packing your homemade snacks in aluminum foil for your flight. While homemade meals are still permitted, wrapping them in foil has become a major red flag in 2025. TSA's updated security scanners now flag aluminum as an opaque material, meaning it doesn't allow the X-ray machines to see through clearly. This triggers additional inspections, slowing you down and potentially holding up the security line. What's worse, items like burritos, sandwiches, or candy bars, wrapped in multiple layers of foil, may resemble weapon components or suspicious packages on the scanner. Imagine packing a harmless foil-wrapped sandwich and suddenly finding yourself detained for a bag check. For instance, a mom traveling with her kids from Denver recently experienced a 30-minute delay because her kids' sandwiches were wrapped in foil. The inconvenience left her flustered and nearly late for her flight. Instead, TSA now strongly recommends using clear, resealable plastic bags or transparent food containers. These allow security teams to inspect your items without unnecessary delays. It's not about banning your food, but about ensuring smooth, efficient security processes. By ditching foil, not only do you make life easier at security checkpoints, but you also avoid the stress of potentially losing your snacks altogether. Meal prepping for your trip? Opt for materials that are scanner-friendly, stay organized, and keep you moving through the line without hassle. They won't make you toss your sandwiches, but make sure they're packed in a way that won't gum up the system. Certain disposable vapes are now confiscated. Vape users, beware. Your favorite disposable vape could be among the newly banned items in 2025. While e-smoke and vapes remain generally allowed in carry-on luggage, certain models have been pulled from the safe list. The catalyst? Unregulated lithium-ion batteries. Some disposable vapes from less regulated or foreign manufacturers have been linked to overheating incidents, causing bans on specific brands identified as risky. TSA agents now rely on updated technology, including visual recognition systems and serial number databases, to help them flag these problematic devices. Unfortunately, not everyone gets lucky in identifying whether their vape is compliant before arriving at the airport. One traveler at LAX discovered the hard way when their vape was confiscated. The issue wasn't the nicotine, it was the flagged lithium battery in their device. To avoid losing your vape, only choose trusted brands and avoid purchasing from smaller, lesser-known manufacturers or overseas sellers. If you're unsure whether your device is on the list, consider reaching out to TSA Cares for clarification before your trip. Or better yet, leave it behind altogether. It's also worth noting that airline policies on vapes have remained strict. Even those that pass TSA checks cannot be used or charged during the flight. Abiding by these updated regulations will keep your trip stress-free while ensuring you're not unintentionally packing a prohibited item. 9. Over-the-counter medications caught in international restrictions. Planning an international trip? Don't assume that medications available over the counter in the U.S. are permissible everywhere. A surprising number of countries have tightened their restrictions on medications in 2025. Common drugs like pseudoephedrine, found in cold medicine, or diphenhydramine, used in antihistamines and sleep aids, are branded as controlled substances in nations such as Japan, Nigeria, and the UAE. Even carrying a small bottle of allergy relief pills can turn into a travel nightmare if you don't research international laws beforehand. One traveler transiting through Dubai learned this the hard way when their sleep aid was deemed illegal. Though TSA might allow you to fly out with these items, customs officials in your destination countries can confiscate them, or worse, detain you. To sidestep complications, check the specific medication restrictions of your destination. Certain medications may also have allowable quantity limits, so always double-check before packing. By preparing ahead of time, you can avoid a host of problems while ensuring a smooth experience at customs. When in doubt, leave it at home or consult local embassy guidelines before heading to the airport. And there you have it. 9 surprising bans that could completely derail your travel plans if you're not prepared. From everyday snacks that used to be a no-brainer to high-tech gadgets and even medications, it's clear that the rules of air travel are evolving faster than ever. The key takeaway? Staying informed is everything. By knowing what's prohibited ahead of time, you'll avoid unnecessary stress, delays, and even the disappointment of losing personal items at security. Air travel can be unpredictable, but with a little extra planning, you can make sure your trip goes smoothly. Check the latest TSA guidelines, review the regulations for your destination, and always double-check what's in your bags before you head to the airport. Knowledge and preparation are your best travel companions. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and share it with fellow travelers. Got questions or personal experiences with these new bans? We'd love to hear from you. Drop us a comment below. And of course, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss out on the latest travel tips, updates, and news. Safe travels, and we'll see you in the next video.